Hi Sagittarius. I have a different sort of message for you guys this morning. Um, it's a long story, but I received intuitive message actually from my grandfather that I was supposed to talk about the Sagittarius eclipses today. Um, and I can explain in a different video how I got that message and how I came to that conclusion, but for right now I am just going to talk a little bit about the eclipses. You just had one come up, so I'm going to explain to you guys what that means to your sign specifically. Sun, moon, rising, stellium, if you have a lot of planets in the 9th house, or look to where Sagittarius falls in your chart. So I had to make notes because I'm no astrologer, but I know a little bit about the houses and about the signs. So there's my dog. Recently, you guys went through some eclipses in Capricorn in your 2nd house, so you could have had some changes in the ways that you make money, the stability in you making money, how the types of food that you consume, the structures surrounding your stability, the structures surrounding how you make money, as well as some changes in, looks like Cancer was falling in your 8th house for that eclipse season as well. So this goes over like the last 18 months. You would have had these changes. It looks like you could have had some changes in the way that people around you make money, other people's money, because it was Cancer. It could have been related to your mother. She could have had a move. Your parents could have had some kind of transformation. Maybe some passed over, maybe some moved, maybe there were some changes in the way that you love, in the way that you relate to people. You could have received inheritances from a parent, specifically a mother, and some changes in the way that you love, nurture other people, the way that you take care of other people. So maybe you were taking care of some parents, or you had some transformation in that regard. You guys would have also, let me see, just had some rebirthing in those general areas. So the ways that you make money, and kind of you may have lost some people in your family, some people that you love. And the general stability and structures in your life should have changed dramatically over the last 18 months. And specifically for you, Sagittarius, is the way that you make money, your debts, other people's money, if they owe you, if you owe them, things like that. So what you guys have coming up are specifically your eclipses. So that would be changes in your 1st house, as well as the 7th house. So as things relate to you specifically, and to your spouse, or also siblings, or distant relatives, because eclipses go in pairs. So we just had the Capricorn Cancer eclipses. So yours would be Sagittarius Gemini, goes hand in hand, because those are opposite signs. So specifically for you, Sagittarius, you guys might have some changes in how you see yourself, your physical appearance. You might have some sickness or sudden injuries that demand changes in how you take care of yourself. You might go deeper or find some revelation in spirituality, because your natural home is the 9th house, and that relates to spirituality, broader vision on spirituality. You could have changes personally for you in your spiritual life or that of your spouse or other relatives. Changes in long distance travel, and I think we're already seeing that clearly after the Sagittarius eclipse that just happened. Changes in short distance travel will be coming up for you and others in your family. So I found, or it is said in Vedic astrology especially, that the cure to the problems that you're having in your personal house can be found in the opposite house. So for you Sagittariuses, I know that you guys are very spiritual. It was actually my grandma pointed out to me how many Sagittariuses I have in my family. Like I got my brother and I got my godmother and I got both grandmas, and they're all like very deep, very good, very integrity driven. But from the opposite sign, it looks like you're going to be asked, you're going to be faced with some challenges as it comes to your beliefs versus other people's beliefs, like your personal views and the views of like foreign people. And you're also going to be really affected when Mars comes into Aries now. So as an Aries, you're a fellow fire sign, so I can tell you that it's going to be complementary to you. You're going to have a lot more passion, creative movement, creative direction, creative projects, but you also can be a bit touchy. So the personal, the way to kind of balance that out is to, if you're feeling really touchy or you get really angry about certain subjects, really try and see things, study a person's viewpoint that's different than your own, because you're really sitting in the house of I am right now, so you're going to be a little self-centered. I know how that can affect you. I am like a lot of Aries. So you're going to really want to try and see things from a different perspective. You're going to want to act and not react. So if something gets you angry, you're just going to want to like, be aware that you're under this influence and just not like explode at people, because you guys are going to have a lot of energy, but you're also going to be very touchy at times during this next 6 months especially. And your eclipses actually last for 18 months. So you're going to be going through like a whole personal transformation as it comes to your place in the world, your physical body. You might start working out, ways that you communicate, foreign travel. A lot of you may be looking into more spiritual knowledge. You might have some changes in your spiritual beliefs. You're being asked to be open to the perspective of others right now. That's what you're going to be asked to do. That's what is going to lead you to your highest purpose through this eclipse season. There's going to be changes in the modes of communication, changes to looks like your loved ones' vehicles or tech, and Geminis could actually watch this too. What you guys are actually being asked to do is change, broaden your viewpoint. I know that you guys can have very strong beliefs, but so do other people. And it's okay that you have different beliefs than other people. You can still be accepting and not just have to say, like, no, the only right way is the way that I see things. It's okay to be more open and acknowledging on the different communication and beliefs and traditions of other people, because that really works out harmony, that really levels. You're being asked to, with Libra in your 7th house as well, bring balance into your communication with loved ones. You might have some contracts or some kind of paperwork that needs balancing. Just to be able to kind of balance the duality of also like what we are as like physical beings on this plane, and how that aligns with like our spirituality. So, you know, we could be really, really, really spiritual or religious, but are we bringing that into play and actually into action on the earth plane, or are we just kind of like showing up and, you know, saying that we believe these things and then finding it hard to actually implement them in daily life? So, and it's not just you, all of us are being asked with these eclipses to bring these broader themes into focus, to really bring balance in the world, to bring peace. We've had a lot of structural changes, and to have like the higher spirituality realm and the communication realm and the knowledge and the understanding of other people brought up with these eclipses that are coming up for the next 18 months are really going to bring just like, you know, more unity and more peace throughout things. You're also being asked to look back. We're all being asked to look back into where we came from, like our personal roots, and how that affects how we interact with people, how we our communication styles with people. Maybe you came from a home that like people yelled, so you're being asked to see that. And we did have a lot of that with the last 18 months with Cancer, like how we love or don't allow love in our life. Like, did that have anything to do with our childhood and like our childhood traumas and our childhood pains, or just overall hurts in general with Cancer? So we've been through a lot. We're gonna go through a little bit more. So I just really was asked to talk about the upcoming eclipses for you, specifically Sagittarius. I know a lot of Sagittariuses, and I know really strong Sagittariuses, so I don't think, I mean, I know we're all going through this, but I think that some Sagittariuses maybe that are younger, or that are just like feeling very overwhelmed, and Geminis that I know a Sagittarius mom and a Gemini child actually that are just going through the ringer right now. So just be aware that that's what's going on, and you can actually look specifically into Sagittarius eclipses, Gemini eclipses, in more depth, what they're going to mean to you. I know I have some subscriptions on this channel that you can look into with more depth with what's going on like a broader scale, so you can see how to kind of get through that cycle. But it's just really, you know, to rebirth us into the highest good for us, the planet, the people around us, and really bring everybody closer. Like, it's really a time to be open to this change, because some of these changes are going to come suddenly. They're going to be inevitable. It's going to feel like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But, you know, Spirit always has to move something out, or process energy, or get energy moving to bring something great in. I know the Gemini girl that I talked to, it was just so heavy for her, but she was actually being asked to open because she actually has like psychicness that she wasn't aware of. So maybe that's going on for some of you out there. But it's just really amazing that the eclipses are going on this this ninth house Sagittarius axis right now, because I think we're all going to develop a deeper understanding of ourselves in relation to other people, and like be more open to our spirituality and other people's spirituality. I know I have Aquarius in my ninth house. That's my midheaven. So ninth house is like amazing to me, and I have like a lot of Sagittariuses in my family. So you guys are gonna do fine. I will give you an actual reading. I just my grandpa came. You know when you have a dream that's like a really, really real dream, like that affects you, of someone that passed over. So my grandpa Eklund comes to me a lot, and he's actually, I thought of it a Gemini. I didn't think of it when he was coming, but he was like, you know, just stressing like in my dream the Sagittarius eclipses, and I'm like, why is my grandpa talking about the Sagittarius eclipses? And then I was like, oh my gosh, you know, because he referenced my godmother, and I was like, oh, she's Sagittarius, is she okay? And then, you know, it evolved to the point where, you know, had to talk, no, he needed to reference her so I would understand it was Sagittarius eclipses. That was my confirmation. So here I am talking about the eclipses for you Sagittariuses, and I will give you a reading. But yeah, my Gemini grandpa wanted me to give you this message about kind of what's coming up, to know what to expect in case you guys aren't like familiar with astrology. I know I definitely wasn't, but looking back retrospectively at my last 18 months, I'm really comforted by what I went through and kind of the changes that I did go through, because it did bring me to this point now, and it is for you know, to be at our highest point, our most evolved point. So I'm not gonna freak you out. Like, it's gonna be fine. Just trust yourself, trust the process. Like, open yourself up. Change is the only thing that's certain. So, you know, just to expect that change. Now I know I talked about foreign travel, and I know that's getting shut down. Now I think with the Gemini eclipse, I'm not even sure when that is, that you know, short distance travel will start to get shut down again too, just because you know, that's an eclipse on the short distance travel, so it just makes sense, especially considering coronavirus and all that's going on. So thanks for letting me give you this not really normal message, Sagittarius, but I will give you an official intuitive reading as well. Have a great morning. Thanks.